All right, just the Decent We the People News. One more time at it. Okay, so this is by YouTube channel Kennedy Walker. Okay, so check him out, give him some love, especially if you like this video. Um, Everything he's basing everything on is the Superior Clause in the Constitution, and you can kind of look up his YouTube. They have some meetings of minds, and everybody talks about this and this and this, and sharing knowledge and all that kind of stuff. Um, but let's find out what he had to say, because I I had to say I really love this guy. Okay, he reminds me of another video I made a copy of, in calling out the judge. All right, let's go. Oh, by the way, I'm not an attorney, not giving legal advice. Everything is educational purposes only. Anything I say or do is just opinion. Okay? Do your own research. Never look straight forward. Always look around you. Be able to protect yourself by any means necessary. Use your Second Amendment. Arm yourself with knowledge. Be able to protect yourself in these courtrooms, especially how unclean hands and how mucky and dirty the courts actually are. Okay? Am I led to believe, dude, and to believe? Let's see here. I'm jumping the gun.
Okay, next let's take State of Oregon versus Kennedy Walker, case number 24 CR 07. Are you recording right now, Mr. Walker?
Oh, I don't answer questions pursuant to the Fifth Amendment.
Just start off right off from top, right? Have you been sworn in? Oh, I don't answer questions pursuant to the Fifth Amendment. You got to just love that, right? Because anything you say or do will be held against you in a court of law. Yes or no, people? When they start asking you questions, pursuant to the Fifth Amendment. I don't want them to use this crap against me in court of law.
I'm asking the question. I'm asking you. Fifth Amendment of the United States Constitution offers you the right to remain silent against any criminal prosecution or investigation.
Are you providing me legal advice?
Just commenting.
Okay.
So, are you recording right now?
Oh, I don't answer questions pursuant to the Fifth. I will go ahead and invoke my Fourth Amendment right to be secure in my property and my First Amendment right to freedom of press, though.
Now, all we're going to get this right if you don't have to. Are you waiving counsel?
I am.
Okay. Did you fill out the waiver of counsel form?
You should have it, don't you? Do you not have it?
Okay. You're answering my questions right now.
I'm in charge of what I answer. I hold my own counsel, so I'll decide.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. You have an electronic device that's beeping on your chest. You're not allowed under rules to record during the court proceeding. I don't know if you're recording or not. You won't answer my question. We are going to reset this to tomorrow, so we can come back tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And you shall have no devices on you or any time you potentially record.
Okay.
And to do that, we'll do it.
At this time, I'm going to go ahead and place you under a private person's arrest under ORS 133.225. I'm including in this federal criminal complaint extortion, deprivation of rights under color of law, conspiracy against rights, treason, domestic terrorism, and conspiracy to attempt murder under RICO. At this time, deprive me of my First Amendment right to counsel.
Not at all. You're welcome to apply for an attorney or hire an attorney.
Well,
you told me you didn't want one.
I'm already placing you under arrest for treason. Treason is actually, because treason is something that enemy combatants do during wartime, you actually don't get a trial. So from this point forward, you will no longer hold the bench anywhere because traitors are not allowed in public service. At this time, I'm placing you under arrest. I would like to get a bailiff to transfer custody of Judge Hung, and then I would also like him to contact a federal agent to transfer custody.
Mr. Walker, tell me you're under arrest already. Give me 2 options.
Pursuant to ORS 133.225, a private person may arrest another person for any crime committed in the presence of the private person, if the private person has probable cause to believe the arrested person committed the crime. I do have that. A private person making such an arrest shall, without unnecessary delay, take the arrested person before a magistrate or deliver the arrested person to a peace officer. Is there a magistrate here to deal with this?
Right in front of you. That's me.
No. You will never sit at the bench again because you've been accused of treason, and you don't get a trial because we're at war.
I'm going to give you 2 options right now. Option number 1 is you come back tomorrow.
Now, just so you guys know, when they said we're at war and all that, it's not due to the 14th Amendment and all that. It's the war on drugs. And he's putting that in his documents as the war. Okay? He didn't make this up. They're the ones calling it war on drugs. They're calling it war. Okay?
Without any kind of potential recording device, then we can complete this process. Option number 2 is I can find you in contempt for inability to complete this process.
You're not a judge, and in fact, you're in my custody.
So which option would you like to go with?
At this time, I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Let me ask you this. If I let you leave now, will you come back tomorrow and we'll talk about it?
Why can't we do it now? It's pretty obvious that I'm competent counsel for myself.
Because of the device that you want to ask. If it's not a recording device, that's fine. But you're not allowed to record during the recording. So again, and you don't want to answer the question about the recording device, fine. But the more you can not have any device on you tomorrow. So do you want to do this tomorrow? Or do you want to...
You're no longer a judge. You've been arrested for treason. You don't get a trial. You are guilty under wartime rules already.
I need you to understand that I've been able to complete these proceedings right now because you don't answer my questions. Or I'm giving you an opportunity to come back tomorrow. Which would you like to do?
At this time, I'm placing you under arrest under Oregon ORS 133.225. The charges include extortion, deprivation of rights under color of law, conspiracy against rights, treason, domestic terrorism, and conspiracy to attempt murder under RICO.
Give you 1 more chance, Mr. Bell.
I'm ordering you to take this man into custody. I'm going to transfer custody. Are you the sergeant? Are you the ranking officer here?
Yes.
I am going to transfer custody to you. I need you to contact a federal agent, and this is the federal criminal complaint outlining all of his charges.
I'm going to try to work with you as much as possible, Mr. Bell. I'm going to give you another chance to come back tomorrow.
I'm ready to proceed with the hearing today, and I'm here today, and I'm handicapped, so I'm not going to be going through a whole bunch of unnecessary and extra steps, because that's not equal protection under the law, which is my 14th Amendment requirement. I am guaranteed equal protection under the law. That means that I don't have 10 hearings. I have the same amount of hearings as what's standard. I'm here ready to talk about whatever you want. You're the one refusing, and honestly, I'm going to tack on a disrupting my business estate charge if you do that.
Even though I'm doing what you talk about anything I want. Is that a recording device?
I don't answer questions pursuant to my Fifth Amendment right.
Talking about anything I want. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to make this with Walker. I'm holding you to 30 days custody.
Your Honor, who's the complainant?
There is no complaint.
Exactly. I have a Fourth Amendment right not to be seized without a warrant. I need a federal agent here to deal with this federal complainant. There is no complainant. Lawyers, you guys know, there's no complainant. That means I cannot be seized without a warrant. You cannot get a warrant unless you have an injured complainant that is going to sign a statement of damages. You don't have that for the original case. So this original case is not legitimate in any way. There's no complainant. And I actually moved to suppress the warrant because it's illegal on those grounds. And I also moved to dismiss the case because there's no warrant, there's no complaint. And I have a right to face my accuser. That'll be a Sixth Amendment right. And there is no accuser. There is no crime. I've never been accused of a crime. You don't... your charging document doesn't even have a complainant listed or anything.
No, not true. I'm holding you to 10. Okay, I'll give you 1 more chance. You want to try this again tomorrow without a recording device? or am I going to continue to hold you in contempt?
Under duress, I will go ahead. I mean, hold on a second. You're saying I'm going to jail no matter what?
No. I'll give you a chance to come back tomorrow. If you come back without any devices and cooperate with me tomorrow.
And I will agree to that under duress.
Okay. So come back tomorrow. I'm not going to hold you in contempt. No devices, nothing that beeps or shines that we could possibly report. And then we're going to go over.
What about my do I have a Fourth Amendment right to be secure in my property? Can't I have whatever property I
You cannot take whatever property you want wherever you want. Fourth Amendment rights to protect you from taking the property.
But isn't this a public trial?
You can't bring a gun in here, that's your property.
Well, this is public property, and I have a Second Amendment, so actually...
Do you want to come back tomorrow and cooperate with me, or do you want to go to jail? Let me appear to something.
Well, if you're asking me what I want, I'd rather proceed right now, but I certainly don't want to go to jail, so I will come back tomorrow if that's the only option available.
Well, that's not the only option. You know the other one, but I think it's the better option.
Right.
But we're going to try this again tomorrow. I need you to cooperate with me. I'm not trying to throw you in jail, but I don't have to. I have to get through this hearing. So we'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and I need you not to have any devices. And just answer my questions. I'm not charging you with anything. The state's charging you with a crime. I just need to get through it to be a case moving forward, okay?
I understand, Your Honor. I appreciate your sympathy.
Okay. We'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock, okay?
Okay. One other thing, though. At trial, we will be bringing up the Confrontation Clause again.
Yes,
So,
totally fine.
okay.
But we need to get through several steps.
Okay.
Okay. See you tomorrow.
I got it. Sergeant. It's signed on the back. Address included on the back, too.
Okay.
All right. Okay, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, I did it, and I walked out.
All right. They're going to be talking to another guy and all that kind of stuff. Why do you think they don't want you recording in court, people? So think about it. It's the abuse of the due process that they put on people, and they cannot have it out there in public, especially with people that knows their rights right off the top. Where's the complainant? If there's no complainant, there is no crime. This has been over in the courts in earlier years before the courts got dirty and mucked up. No complainant, no crime. This is not complicated. And you heard him saying, pursuant to the Fifth Amendment, not answer questions in there and all that, right? Because anything you say or do can and will be held against you in a court of law, people. So even then, quit answering questions. Always ask if you must speak, okay? But that being said, you actually got to have some type of knowledge to proceed forward in these things, right? And I heard that he did go back to court the next day and still was released, and he's going into higher courts and all that kind of stuff. But that being said, denied him the First Amendment right. And I know people out there say, well, the courts have authority to say this and this and this as their courtroom. No, people, think about this. This is the people's court. It's not the judge's court. This is where we get remedies, whether you're a victim or whether you're a plaintiff. This is where we get remedies, and we have a right to access the courts. And we have a right for the public to know what's going on in our courts. So, that being said, it's just a big muck, and you heard what he said, right? Tell me which part of that is not actually true, okay? I don't know. It's educational, okay? No more, no less. Always never look straight forward. always look around you to be able to protect yourself by any means necessary. These are the We People News. Till next time, I guess I'm going to say bye, but I'm going to stretch it out. P.S. It's probably going to be the last video. It's getting late. And I'm going to be gone for a few days. I'm going to go see my daughter on East Texas. And I got a couple of doctor's appointments for my grandbabies I'm raising in north of Fort Worth area. So I'm going to be out of pocket for a few days. But I got a couple more courts that's doing their own thing in courts. And it's just a way to kind of show that there is other ways of doing these things. Whether I agree with it or not, that's neither here or there. It's the simple fact people are doing something instead of banking on hearsay attorneys and hearsay judges. Right? Always remember, if you want to understand the law, you don't ask. You must read the law. Read the statute, codes, rules, and regulations, because anything attorney tells you is always hearsay. Anytime a judge says anything to you, it's hearsay. And I am led to believe and do believe if thousands of us start doing this, the courts will get back in honor and operate in good faith, and we would actually have a real judicial branch. I know. That seems hard to believe, but it's up to we the people to do our own research and settle our own affairs instead of banking on anybody else, right? If the cops are not allowed to protect you, what makes you think it's the judge's job to protect you? Just saying. And the judge's job is not to protect you, then how is it the attorney's job to protect you? Till next time, this is We the People News. Bye, y'all.